Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jeffrey Meldon welcoming you to Meldon Law and Friends. We have a fabulous show today. I think you're going to really be interested in it. Our first guest is going to be a terrific friend, Travis Harvey, and we're going to be going in just a minute. I want to make a few announcements. This Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock, the Florida Gator basketball team is going to be playing a very, very well-seasoned Florida State basketball team in Gainesville at the O-Dome. And Meldon Law is the only official law firm partner of the Florida Gators, is giving away 4 tickets for the game, plus a $100 gift certificate to Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, where we're broadcasting from right now in the heart of Celebration Point. So go to Meldon Law Facebook page, and you can enter the contest. It's all free. Anybody can enter Meldon Law Facebook, and you will be able to enter the contest to win 4 tickets for the Florida FSU basketball game this Sunday at 1 o'clock at the O-Dome. And we're also going to give away another package, 2 tickets plus a $50 gift certificate to Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. So you get double the bonus as far as the opportunities to win. So just go to Meldon Law Facebook page and you can enter the contest. We are also going to have Fan Fest before the Samford game this coming Saturday. That's the football game this coming Saturday. Meldon Law is going to be having a Fan Fest tent, and we are going to be giving away lots of free swag there. We'll get started at 9:30 in the morning because it's an early game. 12 o'clock's early, but I guess that's what happens when you're not winning. So anyhow, the Gators will come back. We have faith in them, right?
Yes. I don't follow sports. You got me. Oh, you couldn't have got me better. I'm like, sure.
So anyhow, I'm here with Travis Harvey, and welcome to the show, Travis.
Thank you, sir.
We always have a good time here, and Travis is really doing some important things in the community to support our vets and first responders. I know we've got a big event coming up this Sunday, the 14th of November. Bikers on Parade out at Santa Fe College. Registration starts at 8 a.m. The ride starts at 11, and everyone's going to be going to the Gainesville Raceway for music, food, and party. $20 for each bike, plus any passenger, an additional $10, and I think that's fabulous. Tell us a little bit more about the event.
The event is pretty exciting. We've done a couple of changes this year, partially due to inflation. We've actually added food trucks, and we brought in live music to make it more of a party this year. And then we very last minute brought in a free to enter antique car show, and we're going to give away a bragging rights trophy for that. So whoever wins out. But,
so what qualifies as an antique car?
I think I'm too young to answer that question.
I mean, are we talking?
I think isn't antique 20 years?
Yeah, no. Well, then, we have a 75 Jeep in the family. That would count.
That would
right?
count, yeah. You should bring it by.
No, I know.
Or do you mud it?
I don't know. So the state of Florida, they do have a rule about what constitutes an antique car. It's a certain number of years, and it may be more than 20. It might be, I don't know, 25 or 35 or 45, but it's old. So you can bring your older restored vehicle or unrestored vehicle out to the raceway and have a contest.
Absolutely, yep. Mm-hmm.
Well, that's pretty cool. I mean, I love the raceway. This time of the year, the weather's so beautiful. It's a great time to ride, and I hope that everybody who is interested can show up. And you were telling me earlier that whether you're riding or you just want to go out there and check it out, you can actually go out to the raceway after 12 noon and join the party.
Absolutely, yes.
Good. So,
Open to the public after 12
so this
o'clock.
is the American Hometown Veterans Assist.
Yes,
Is
sir.
that right? Tell us a little bit about that.
So in 2007, Peter Herrick's family, his father and his father-in-law, started a HVA. They found that there was a lot of red tape for veterans to get some immediate emergency needs, and so they started raising money to help veterans out with various things: rent payments, car repairs, utility bills, things like that. And fast forward about 10 years, the folks burn out and they let it go. And now myself and 5 other veterans who I have an amazing team with and a couple of civilian patriots have restarted the nonprofit. And we basically go out of our way to take care of those veterans. And as far as the first responders go, we do support first responders as well. We are providing 5 $500 gift certificates for either continuing education or people getting into the first responder workforce. So you'll be able to apply for those probably in the spring.
So that first responders, what would that include? Police, fire?
Police, firefighter, EMT, yep, anybody that's in the first responder zone. It may include nurses. You'll have to check our website at a later date for that. I'm not sure.
Well, that's great. Who are some of the people on your board?
Oh, I have an amazing board, and you know what? Out of absolute deep respect for this man, I'm going to start with our civilian patriot, Tom Lynch. He's a big part of Rolling Thunder. He was actually nominated to come onto our board by Kim Davis, who is also on our board, whom I'm told you're familiar with.
Sure. Yeah.
And we have Bill Lewandowski and his wife, our financial team. Tyler the board is a younger Navy veteran. And
I don't know if you know this, but I'm good friends with Tyler Laborde's Uncle David from Louisiana. Did you know Tyler's from Louisiana?
I did know
I
he's
don't know
from
if
Louisiana.
you call him a coon ass, but you know.
I think he told me I don't even know that we're allowed to say that. Are we allowed to say that? I can't remember. He told me it was like some sort of combination. I think he said it was a half and half.
So his uncle's a lawyer, and we're in a mastermind group together.
Oh wow!
And he's a good guy. I know Tyler, and he's terrific.
Small world. Small world. And then we have another young veteran, Army veteran, Christina Stephen. She's up and coming and doing well. And we have a couple other folks, Lajuan White, Steve Gardner, another Marine. We got a great group of folks putting on Bikers on Parade and supporting American Hometown Veteran Assist.
Well, that's really that's I think important. The neat thing about your group is that you can respond immediately for things that are almost shutting down people's lives.
Absolutely, and was today Tuesday, Sunday morning, I had a Vietnam veteran call me. He told me, I'm 6 months behind on my rent and my transmission's about ready to go on my truck. Can you help me? Oh, and I'm looking for work, he said at the end. And I said, well, we'll see what we can do for you. But yeah, it does allow where they can't go to, say, the VA or the Vet Center or American Legion and get money directly to help them out. We kind of bridge that gap.
Now, give us a little background as far as how you got involved in doing this. I know you're a vet, so why don't you start there and then give us the story.
I was combat injured in Iraq in 2003. My daughter was born while I was over in Iraq, and she was not even a month old when that happened. So I came back for her, which is pretty cool. And she's made me proud. She's 18 and doing well. But fast forwarding to now my third wife, we had some things where we were back up where I grew up in New York, and she couldn't. I had to come home back to Florida. That had become my second home, I guess. For some things that just popped up. And so my wife had to stay up north to finish school. I came down here. We had 2 houses we were paying rent and utilities and stuff for. And American Hometown Veteran Assist actually paid for 2 months of my utility bill back in 2014.
Wow.
And so that is why I'm involved, is that I want to see this program help other veterans the way it's helped me.
And how many people have you all been able to help over the years?
We're just now getting restarted, so this generation has not been able to help anybody yet. We're looking to start cutting our first check maybe in the next 2 weeks. But I don't know about the number. Oh, I do know the numbers. The numbers are right around 850 to the tune of over $750,000.
Wow, that's really impressive, and I think the need is there, particularly for quick response. And that's what I understand your specialty is.
Yes.
And there's a lot of vets. How many vets are in the community here?
That's a question I would have to get back to you on.
Yeah, I've heard it. I've heard it's over 20,000.
There's many in our area, yes.
And that between Alachua County, Marion County, and the surrounding counties, there's a lot of folks that have served our country,
Yes.
and I think this community is really well poised to give back and support our vets.
Yeah, and they do give back and support. We got some great sponsors this year, as a matter of fact.
Well, I think that's really good. Who are some of the sponsors that are helping out?
So our title sponsor this year is Edwin Jahari Dentistry and his team, and he made sure to let me know that and his team. We've had a couple other anonymous organizations and some anonymous folks. William Wallace is a guy that Tyler the board knows. Texas Trailer, Archer Automotive, Chapters Health, Parks Ford, Crafty Bastards. We've had some really great ones. Brown's Country Buffet. Not the biggest sponsor, but let me tell you, go and eat at Brown's if you don't mind, because when these 13 soldiers passed away in this bombing in Afghanistan recently, he set up a table for 13 days, and we had a whole spread of memorial and an actual field battle cross up there, and that was his idea, and he ended up donating an extra $1,500 to American Hometown Vets that he collected while that memorial was up.
Where is he? Where are they located?
North on 441, just as you get into Alachua County. He's on the right-hand side of 441 going north out of Gainesville.
So it's north, it's in the city limits, but outside towards the city of
Yes.
Alachua?
Yeah, yes. No, it's not in our city limits. It's probably in Alachua city limits, right at the very
And
edge.
it's called Brown's.
Brown's Country Buffet.
Okay, because we want to support.
He's got great food, too. He really does. I've been there a couple times.
Well, good. Well, good.
I got a couple more. Aesthetic Printing did these amazing shirts, which, by the way, Meldon, your staff told me you would like to have a shirt. And they told me you like pink.
I love pink.
So we got you a pink shirt.
Let me see this, man. This is really awesome.
This is what the front of the black shirts look like, and the backs look exactly the same.
Man.
But in case you don't really like pink, I did bring you a black one too, Meldon. But for the folks at home, that's what the back of the shirt looks like. Done by Aesthetic Printing, and we've got Allegra Printing, Alachua service officers.
These are very cool.
Yep.
This is what you're wearing.
Yeah, that's the color I'm wearing, and the rest of these shirts are for your staff that
Double
help you do
XL.
Yeah, I'm not sure who asked for that. I got a list. There you go. But yeah, Alachua Sheriff's Office, Florida Highway Patrol, and most importantly, Gainesville Harley Davidson, Kevin Lytle, who gave me this opportunity 5.5 months ago to put this event together for American Hometown Veteran Assist. So we had some really amazing folks out here supporting us from the community.
Okay, so Travis, this has really been terrific. We are at Meldon Law and Friends with our very good friend Travis Harvey, and we've been talking about this big event coming up. Bikers on Parade this Sunday, and the weather's supposed to be fabulous Sunday. All you have to do is go out to Santa Fe College anytime between 8 and, the ride starts at 11, so you probably want to get there no later than, 10 o'clock?
10 o'clock. We got live music and breakfast that morning, so come on early.
Oh, out at Santa Fe?
Yes.
Okay. Well, listen, we're going to be back at Meldon Law and Friends to finish up our great interview with Travis Harvey, and we'll be back in 60 seconds. The Gator Nation will be the first to tell you that in all kinds of weather, we all stick together, which is why Meldon Law is honored to be the only official law firm partner of the Florida Gators. We hope you never find yourself the victim of a serious accident, but if you do, our team is here for you. Gators won't back down from a fight, and neither do we. When you're a member of the Gator Nation, you know what it means to never back down.
Meldon Law has been a proud supporter of the Gator Nation since 1971. Two forces that won't back down. As the old saying goes, if you can't beat 'em, join 'em.
Welcome back to Meldon Law and Friends. I'm Jeffrey Meldon, founder of Meldon Law, and I want to again let everybody know if you go to our Facebook page, Meldon Law, you can get into the contest to win 4 free basketball tickets. This Sunday we're playing Florida State, 4 free tickets plus a $100 gift certificate to Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. We're out here at the podcast room at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. What a fabulous restaurant, and the facilities here are amazing. It's a museum and a restaurant, so you really should check it out. It's now really been in operation for almost 3 months, and things are really rocking along. The food is all farm to table. So if you want some of the best food in the state of Florida, come here. All the food is fresh. The only freezer they have in this restaurant is for the ice cream. So come out to Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, Celebration Point, and join us. We're having a wonderful time out here. And we got the contest for 4 tickets and a $100 gift certificate to Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. And if you go to Meldon Law Facebook page, you'll also be able to enter the contest for 2 tickets and a $50 gift certificate. So please check it out. And then Saturday at noon, the Florida Gator football team is playing Samford. Maybe they can beat somebody. And we are going to have our Fan Fest booth there. For sure you will win if you show up there, because Meldon Law is going to be having the big wheel that we spin, and everybody wins a prize. There's no losers when you come to Meldon Law. So come out and visit us at Fan Fest about 9:30 in the morning up till noon. We'll be out there giving away free swag. Everybody's eligible to enter, and you will have a blast. So anyhow, things are exciting. Basketball season is coming in, and we have a lot of great transfers. So check it out. The Florida Gator basketball team is always exciting and fun to watch, and Mike White has really put together some very, very fine athletes this year. So let's see if we can get the Gators in high gear for basketball. I'm here with Travis Harvey, and we are promoting Bikers on Parade this Sunday. Starts at 8 a.m. out at Santa Fe College. The ride from Santa Fe College starts at 11 a.m. So you want to get out there early, register. There's music, food. It will be a big time, and you want to support this incredible organization, American Hometown Veterans Assist. Its primary function is to help vets and first responders to further their careers. If they're in a crisis, they try to get a solution to the crisis. So we always try to support our local organizations, and in particular, Travis, what you're doing is just amazing.
Thank you.
And I know that you were in Iraq in 2003.
Yes, sir.
And you said your daughter was born back then?
Yes, she was born while I was in Iraq, yes.
So she's 18 now?
Yes.
So how's she doing?
I was injured while I was over there, and pretty severely. I shouldn't have come home. I've come home to be proud of a very amazing young lady. She graduated a year ahead of her peers, chose to do that. Dad, I got a plan. I'd like to graduate this summer. I'm like, okay, show me the plan. If I like it, I'll approve it. And I liked it. I approved it. And she graduated last year. She went to work at Phalanx Defense for about 9 months and did really well there and recognized herself that there was a situation where she might not be able to stay on much longer anyway. So she went and got herself a second job and let them know that, hey, I've got another job. If you need to let me go, I'm okay with that. And then she's on her second vehicle that she's paying for herself, and she just started at Santa Fe online to get into a marketing degree.
Oh, so she's going to Santa Fe College now.
And full-time student, full-time work.
Wow. Well, so you must be very proud of her.
There's no words to say that it was worth living through a very bad day.
Well, you know what? I've talked to a lot of vets, and you have to have some meaning to really keep you going sometimes.
Purpose and value. That's funny you bring that up. That's something that I've had to put a lot of time into over the years, and the depressions that we suffer lack from the support that we were promised if we went through some hard times, and not knowing what our purpose and value is. And if you don't know where that's at, it's going to be a struggle. But I've found mine, and I'm here sitting with you as a result of it.
Well, you know what? I've always, we represent people who have been seriously injured in different accidents. However, it may be very traumatic and affecting their lives, but being in the battlefield and being injured is, something different.
Yes, you're not incorrect in that statement.
Well, what are some things that we could be doing more to support our vets?
That's a broad question because every veteran is going to be different. I know for me, I talked about my injuries from the day of, where a lot of guys and gals have a hard time with that. Listening to them, supporting them, making sure that you check on them when you don't hear from them for a while. Those are important things, and making sure that they seek help if you think they need it. That's the biggest thing. It takes the strength of a veteran to ask for help, but it also takes the strength of a hero to know that your friend or your family's in a way that they probably should talk to somebody.
Are there resources available? At least in our community here, are there adequate resources available?
For the most part, yes. We've got some great individuals, American Hometown Vets, the folks that have come on to help out with that. That's a first responder, or first response kind of help if they're in a financial emergency. Places like the Vet Center if they need to figure out their education, and then of course there's things like the Fisher House. They support us by allowing family to stay there if the vet's in the hospital with something severe. So
now you were mentioning Kim Davis. She's out there at the Veteran Center, right?
Kim Davis is the Alachua County Service Director, so she's at the top. If you have a problem that you deserve it and you can't get the right people on it, she's the person to call. Well, her office is the person to call.
Yeah, but so that's a secret. Okay, there is one office. Okay, that kicks butt. Okay,
yes,
that will figure out how to help you out. Any vets out there that feel like they're getting frustrated. They need help. They recognize that they're having a problem. Kim Davis, it's the Alachua County Veteran Service.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anyhow, and it's if somebody wants to find it, I know it's out, the Hawthorne Road,
yes,
and then you there's a bunch of buildings out there. The first time I went out there, I never knew there was so much going on there.
No, I didn't either. Yeah.
and so. There are resources out there. If you know a vet, if you are a vet, Alachua County has a very, very strong support network. And our VA hospital here is considered one of the better VA hospitals around.
It's definitely one of the busiest. It goes back and forth with one out west that we're the
busiest
really? VA. Yeah, depending on who's moving in and out of the zip codes. Yeah.
Okay. I know they've expanded over the years, and that I've been out to the VA hospital. A lot of our injured clients, get treated at the vet hospital there. So I've had the opportunity to meet a lot of the doctors out there, and there's a lot of really dedicated people that work out at the vet hospital. So I think we have a lot of specialties. I know they work with UF Health in conjunction with them, and the doctors out there may be as good as any of the hospitals in the vet system.
Yes.
So I think that's really important. We've got a few minutes left, and I'd like you to really, maybe talk to some of our vets out there and give them some kind of inspiring message.
Inspiring message. To my peers, if you're struggling, there are folks out there like us, American Hometown Veteran Assist. And by the way, that's ourahva.org, ourahva.org. If you need assistance, call us. But don't give up hope. There may seem to be a lot of negativity out in the world these days, but I'm here for you. Call me if you need some help. And we've got a great team that will also be here for you. Some of the veteran service organizations, maybe you've been into the Legion or the AMVETS or the VFW and it wasn't your cup of tea the first time. Go back, see if there's somebody that you can get help from there. And you're not alone. We're here.
And I think that's probably the most important message is that you're not alone. Some people, they get, there's personal problems and they get overstressed and they don't realize there's solutions out there. You get depression, you get a lot of things where you just don't know where to go next. And
Right.
I think that's what I hear you saying is there are places to go next.
The biggest thing is find your purpose and your value. You will come out of your depression when you concentrate on your happiness and you find your purpose and your value.
And
I honestly believe that.
So what did you find as your purpose and value?
Continued service to my community. I started with Horses Helping People about 4 or 5 years ago, got my last bit of education in nonprofit management and fundraising, and I've been a part of the Rotary, the American Legion, the Masons, the Shriners, and I just keep rubbing elbows until we get the job done.
And how does that help as far as, your self-esteem and, feeling part of the community?
It makes things a lot easier to deal with, and I'm content. I'm 46 years old this December, and for the first time in my life, I'm content. So find your purpose and value, and you can find contentment.
And where again should they go as far as connecting with you and your group?
American Hometown Veteran Assist is at www.ourahva.org. And quite frankly, I don't mind. My phone number is 352-275-4118. Call twice in the middle of the night. I'll pick up that phone if it's an emergency.
Well, that's really inspiring. Our guest for the first half of the show today has been Travis Harvey, and we're here to support you and everybody. Please go out to the Bikers on Parade this Sunday, the 14th at Santa Fe College. Show up anytime between 8, 9, 10. It's going to be a party. It's going to be a great ride. And thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, sir. It's been a pleasure.
Okay, and we'll be back in 3 minutes on Meldon Law and Friends.
When you're a member of the Gator Nation, you know what it means to never back down. Meldon Law has been a proud supporter of the Gator Nation since 1971. Two forces that won't back down. As the old saying goes, if you can't beat them, join them.
And I was in an accident. Someone ran a red light and hit me, and I was hurt. You don't know where to turn. Luckily, I called Jeffrey. These big insurance companies, they don't want you to win. They truly don't. But Jeffrey and his firm and the people that work here, they just really fight for you. You call the law offices of Jeffrey Meldon, because you're going to need help, and they will help you.
Oh my gosh, I can't even believe this. Look what you have done to my truck.
Excuse me, it's your fault, it's not my fault.
Yes, it is your
No,
fault.
it's not, no,
I am
it's not.
calling Jeffrey Meldon from Meldon Law.
So I'm gonna call Jeffrey, my husband.
Meldon Law, this is Jeffrey speaking.
This crazy lady here, this crazy lady, he might... New client?
Yes, but this one might be a little tricky. The Gator Nation will be the first to tell you that in all kinds of weather, we all stick together, which is why Meldon Law is honored to be the only official law firm partner of the Florida Gators. We hope you never find yourself the victim of a serious accident, but if you do, our team is here for you. Gators won't back down from a fight, and neither do we. The Meldon Law Firm from the beginning has been built on giving back to the community. I enjoy coming to work as much today as I did in 1971 when I opened my practice. I don't look at this as a job, I look at it as serving other people. While we're alive, what better feeling can you achieve than knowing that you've helped other people and thereby you enrich your own life? We still hear it. The sound of victory. The joy of being part of something great. And while things may not be the same right now, we haven't gone anywhere. If you bleed orange and blue, then Meldon Law is the firm for you. Welcome back to Meldon Law and Friends. I'm Jeffrey Meldon, founder of Meldon Law, and we are having a great time here at the studio at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. We're in the podcast room. For those of you that have not been out to Spurrier's, you need to check it out. It's fabulous. It's a museum with Steve Spurrier's Heisman Trophy, Danny Warfel's Heisman Trophy, and we are just having a blast out here. And Spurrier's Gridiron Grill during the end of the week is starting to open up for lunch. So make it out here. Enjoy your time out here, and you'll see some memorabilia that is nowhere else in the world. So come and join us. On another matter we mentioned, Meldon Law is giving away 4 free tickets and a $100 gift certificate to Spurrier's Gridiron Grill for this Sunday's basketball game, Florida versus FSU in Gainesville at the O-Dome at 1 o'clock. So go to Meldon Law Facebook page and you can enter the contest. It's free. We're also giving a package of 2 tickets and 2 tickets, $50 gift certificate at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. So it's going to be an exciting week. This is tonight is the opening game for the Gator basketball team against Elon. And for those of you that want to see it, 7 o'clock tonight. So there's a lot going on. And Saturday, before the Samford football game, which starts at noon, Meldon Law is doing a fan fest, and we're giving away lots of free swag at the football game starting at 9. Our booth will be open at 9:30 in the morning. So come on out, join us, have a good time. The weather is absolutely beautiful at this time of year. I'm here with our very special guest, Maria Youngblood, who just so happens to work at Meldon Law and is started at Meldon Law, October 11th?
Yep, almost a month.
Almost a month, yeah. Well, what's today's date again?
Today is the 8th.
The 8th,
Yeah,
8th,
so
yeah.
almost a
No,
month.
8th, 9th, and then the 11th.
Yeah.
Well, anyhow, so we're just at a month. So, Maria, tell us a little bit about your background. I know you grew up in Gainesville, right?
I did grow up in Gainesville, so I've known you for a very long time. My husband and I went to PK Young High School, and thereafter we graduated from UF, went to law school in Jacksonville, and now we're back in Gator Country.
So did you start dating when you were at PK Young?
We did, yeah.
Oh
So
my
I've
God.
known, yeah, so Jessica's known us as a couple since way back when. I think we were 16 years old.
Oh, wow.
Yep, he was a football player.
Oh, okay.
And he was actually a scholar athlete for you back in, like 1999, 2000. Yeah.
Well, okay, so let me tell you, this is a scoop, okay?
Yeah.
We're going to start putting together all of our scholar athletes over the last 24 years.
Oh, gosh.
There's over 600 scholar
Yeah, I
athletes.
bet.
And we want to get a Facebook page together and start putting a
how funny.
club. I was out here last week, and Taylor Williams was our scholar athlete of the year, maybe 12 years ago or something like that. And I hadn't seen her in a long time, and she was very tall. She's like 6'1" or something,
Yeah.
And so, of course, she was a volleyball player.
Right.
Or either volleyball, basketball.
You shoot a volleyball, I believe.
Volleyball, yeah. So anyhow, it's really exciting when I run into our scholar athletes.
Oh, how funny. Yeah, he was very excited.
Yeah. So anyhow, yeah, you were saying that we've known each other for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Your younger sister and my daughter were best friends.
Yeah, since I think like they were 8 or 9 years old. Very young. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've known Maria's family for years and years and years. Your dad's a physician here in town for
Yep.
40 years or so?
Yeah, something like that. He's an anesthesiologist at North Florida, so we've been in Gainesville for a very long time.
Yeah, and your maiden name was Perez.
Yep, that's
And
right.
And that the Perez family has been here for a gazillion years.
Very
And so it was really exciting because we were looking to add on an attorney who had background and knowledge with regard to personal injury. I know you had worked with other law firms before, right?
Yes, and I had experience with whom I call the Dream Team, who's now at Meldon Law with Cheryl, Felicia, and April, and together we were the Dream Team elsewhere, and so I'm very happy to be back with the Dream Team.
Yeah, so at Meldon Law, we have very high standards as far as hiring team members, and we wound up hiring one team member, and then she recommended another person where she had worked at, and then they recommended another person, and then the Dream Team came to me and
Yes.
said, we've got somebody who would be a perfect fit over here.
And they were right. I've been so happy. This has been like I think we have a morning meeting every Monday, and I said I was going to be obnoxious and cheesy, and I was, and I thanked everybody for welcoming me to the Meldon Law family. It's very easy to transition.
Well, what we try to do is help our clients get through difficult times in their lives when they've been seriously injured in accidents. However, it's really important to have a sense of humor within the team so that you wind up kind of being able to help people,
Yeah, I always say when people are contacting an attorney's office, they're never in a great time. So it helps having a welcoming ear and a team of people that truly do get along and work collaboratively together.
And, we've been growing really fast the past couple of years.
Right.
So it's kind of interesting. I was at this conference up in Atlanta, and one of my favorite authors, Cy Wakeman, she wrote, a book on, how to eliminate drama in the workplace, because we've all been there, right?
Yes, and that's why I love being at Meldon Law, because everybody works together really well, and it truly is like a family. I know it sounds cheesy, but it's true.
Well, it's fun, and like family, we're always pushing each other to do our best and have a good time. And the client, we really try to be client focused.
Absolutely.
And it's like, okay, if I was this client, what would I want my lawyers and team to do? And one of the things that everybody knows is it's not just one person. A lot of times, I'll be out front, but the fact is, everybody on our team knows that we're all working for the best result possible.
Absolutely. I was just going to say that because, to us, it's not just a name and a number. I know I can call a case manager and give a name, and they don't have to look through notes. They know exactly what I'm talking about. They know everything. And so to them, they really get invested, and we do as well. So we care a lot about our cases and just getting to know clients as well.
And I know you're just starting to learn, but you've really picked it up fast.
Oh,
right?
thank you. Yes, yeah, it's been easy to do with everyone there.
Well,
They put up with my questions.
well, that's it. It's
Yeah.
well, I'm the first one that asks questions. I'll tell everybody I'll get them on the line. Hey, tell me about this.
Absolutely.
And then they give me the insight and the story. We find we do have a really good software program. We have all the information that's on each client's case. So I'm the least computer literate. However, I promise I will become familiar with your case on FileVine and figure out what's going on.
Yeah, it's really nice because the client can text us as well through the program, so you really are able to communicate with us however you feel comfortable. If it's, calling us, coming to see us in person. I like meeting people in person, but if you're comfortable with text, that's also something you can do with us.
Yeah, well, one of the things we do strive to do is to stay in contact with our clients. We have a 30-day standard, which is communicate with the client at least once every 30 days because cases sometimes go on for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. And if the client feels like they're communicating with us, number one, they feel more secure as far as the representation.
Right, absolutely, and giving updates along the way so that the client understands that the reason if something is taking a long time, this is why, and we're on top of it.
Yeah, what happens in personal injury cases is on day one you may be injured, but it takes months and months and months as far as the road to recovery and the treatment, and you can't just settle a case in the first week. One of the things that we are always surprised about is when insurance adjusters call and offer. We had one case today. I just settled it for the policy limit, which was $100,000, and I'm talking to this very nice lady, and she's telling me, the insurance company called me and offered to settle the case for $2,500.
It happens a lot, unfortunately. And that's what we like for clients to understand, that we're always going to be on top of it. And there's lots of lawyer jokes, but we actually do care. And we want you to get treated so that you can get the maximum result.
And we have a lot of really good health providers in the community.
Absolutely.
The Medici is a group that we work with that does amazing work. I go there for my family. If anybody's hurting, I would say go out to Medici, and they've got really good physical therapists and help take care of you.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And so we have all those resources. And so that's something that we can share with clients as well, because you get into a car accident, it doesn't happen every day. So we can give you that knowledge as well and peace of mind.
See, what a lot of folks don't understand is your primary care physician really isn't set up to handle most traumatic injuries. So if you are in a bad crash and you hurt your shoulder, your knee, your neck, your back, whatever, primary care physicians they don't have the physical therapy, they don't have the systems to help, and they're really not set up to do that.
No, absolutely. And so that's something that we can talk with clients about and set them, because they have questions, they want to know where to go, and we want to give you that peace of mind.
Yeah, and so it's easy. You just call Meldon Law, go to meldonlaw.com, give us a call at 352-373-8000, however you want to do it. Anyhow, we are getting ready to take a break for 60 seconds, and we'll be right back on Meldon Law and Friends with Maria Youngblood.
We still hear it. the sound of victory, the joy of being part of something great. And while things may not be the same right now, we haven't gone anywhere. If you bleed orange and blue, then Meldon Law is the firm for you.
Oh my gosh, I can't even believe this. Look what you have done to my truck.
Excuse me, it's your fault, it's not my fault.
Yes, it is your
No,
fault.
it's not, no,
I am
it's not.
calling Jeffrey Meldon from Meldon Law.
So I'm gonna call Jeffrey, my husband.
Meldon Law, this is Jeffrey speaking.
This crazy lady here, this crazy lady, he might...
New client? Yes, but this one might be a little tricky.
Welcome back to Meldon Law and Friends. I am here with Maria Youngblood, an attorney at Meldon Law. And we were just talking about some of the ways that we can help people that have been seriously injured in any kind of an accident. And we really take pride in making friends with our clients and trying to make the process easy, because most folks don't know what's going to happen. And this, I think one of the scariest things is being injured and not knowing where you're going to wind up, if it's going to go away or not.
Right, and so that's what we'll talk to people about. And we don't just want to know, send you somewhere. We want to know what symptoms you're having, how are you in pain, how is this affecting your life. I like to connect with people like on a personal level. I'm a mom. I know they're watching. Hi, Lucas and Olivia. And how is it affecting their lifestyle if they're used to volunteering? So we take a lot of things into consideration that you wouldn't even think about.
Yeah, and we know, we've seen a lot of different stories. Everybody's story is different, and everybody can use customized medical care, because one person, it's very unusual. Sometimes, they'll start out and it's like the day of the crash, oh, my back hurts, and then it turns out to be their neck or their shoulder or their knee or whatever.
Right, and it's always better. You want to get treated right away. You don't want to make things worse thinking you can tough it out. It's just best to go see a professional, a physician, caretaker, so that you can get treated right away.
And the fact is, the earlier you seek treatment, usually the better it is.
Yes, there's a big difference. Jeffrey sent me a wonderful webinar that I listened to a couple weeks ago, and it was one thing that they emphasize is the importance of going to get treated right away. It really does affect how much you maximize with the way insurance companies view your case, because they're not seeing the personalness that we are seeing, so we want to be able to reflect that.
Yeah, a lot of our clients, they try to tough it out, and they'll say, well, I worked, I was taking aspirin, I was taking Tylenol, I was, sore, but I thought it'd go away, and they wait 20 days to go in to see a doctor, and then they find out, oh, well, they lost their PIP benefits of $10,000, and then the insurance company uses against them and says, you couldn't have been hurt very badly because you didn't go see a doctor for 20 days. And they're going, I was just trying to recover, on my own.
Yeah, you don't have to tough it out. Give us a call, we'll tell you that.
It's really fun, because when you are helping people, it gives you a good feeling. And most of the toughest part of our case sometimes is at the end of the case, when we have to say, well, we're not going to be talking to you every week,
Yeah, because you get used to talking with people. One of the things that I like to do in the morning, which you saw this morning when you walked into my office, is I like to make calls, because I find it incredibly rewarding if I can start a client's call with good news. And so, that's something that is a personal experience. It's also self-rewarding for the attorney and case managers.
Yeah, so we get on the phone. What's amazing is that when you talk with folks on a regular basis, they really appreciate it. And that's one of the things that's in our kind of the rules at Meldon Law is stay in contact with people. The number one reason that people fire lawyers and their teams is because they don't stay in contact with them. And, we're constantly trying to reinforce that. If you're injured, you don't want to go 6 months or 3 months without hearing from the law firm that's representing you. And so it's nice. And what's amazing is when I call clients, they're so glad, that I get on the phone. And for those of you that are out there listening, I will call you and talk with you.
Yeah,
And
you
Maria
Yeah.
will talk with you, and we'll just say, tell me what's on your mind. How are things going? Is there, anything that we can do to help? And then they'll want to know, well, when are we going to be able to start working towards settling the case? And we can answer those questions for you. And the whole process is very rewarding for us. I think if you're doing it right and you're staying in contact with people and helping them get through their situations, it's for me, I feel blessed. I'm like,
Yes, yeah, being an attorney can be very stressful, especially, we deal with some sensitive matters, and to be able to help someone is incredibly rewarding. And, the attorneys at Meldon Law, we're not just like behind the curtains and you'll never see us. Last week I was walking with a client to get accident photos. And so, we're very involved in the case, and we actually do care.
that's it. And stress is something that we deal with. A lot of the team members, I think we're up to 8 team members at Meldon Law, have been through the Dale Carnegie course.
Yep, I was just talking to Charles about it.
And our engineer here, Evan, he went through the course, and Freddie Wiebe and Charles, and we have all kinds of folks on our team that have gone through the Dale Carnegie course. And one of the things they deal with is how to handle stress. And one of the things they talk about is, live in day-tight compartments, meaning, wake up in the morning and deal with what's on your plate that day. Sometimes life can seem overwhelming. All you can do is the best you can do on that particular day. And tonight I'm in the course. I figured if everybody else on the team, including my wife and all the leaders within the office are there, I should, be there. Maria doesn't know yet, but she's going to wind up there.
Yeah,
And
I've already talked to Charles about it.
so anyhow, today we're having our final session today. They don't say it's a graduation, but we commemorate. It's a commemorative event because what we learn doesn't stop just when you take your last class. So, and one of the things that I did learn that was really important was the way Dale Carnegie suggests that you talk to people. Mm-hmm. They
Incredibly important.
ask them about their families, what they do for a living, what their background experience is. Mm-hmm. And I know you try to do that with clients to get some insight.
Absolutely. I ask them about their hobbies. What do they like to do on the weekends? And I connect with them. It's organic. It's not forced. I don't have a script. It's just organic conversation that I like to find out more about the client. And that also helps me if we're talking to adjusters and I'm like, wait a minute, she can't run anymore, and she used to run marathons. So, that's a really important part of our job too.
So what are you? I know you've got a beautiful family. Tell us a little bit about your family and what you do for fun times.
So we are incredibly busy, my husband and I. Our kids, Lucas and Olivia, 8 and 5, they're in 3rd and kindergarten at Queen of Peace Catholic, and they're involved in too many activities. So actually, right after I leave here, I'm going to soccer practice over at Queen of Peace, and my husband's the coach. And on Sunday, I ran a half marathon.
Oh.
So, so I'm...
Wow, 13 miles?
13. It ended up being around 14 miles. I was very cognizant on how much I was doing because I was so happy to see that finish line. So that's something that I like to do to unwind, to go for runs. And so this was my first half marathon, and now I've caught the bug.
Oh, so
Yeah.
so next is a full marathon.
Definitely. I have high ambitions of doing the New York City Marathon one day. So we'll see.
Wow.
After I recover from the soreness, we'll see how I feel about that in a couple weeks. So I may be calling Medici.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you, we do try to encourage everybody at the office to, do some kind of workout. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I work out at 5:30 for an hour. I do boot camp, and then I do yoga in the morning, and I do my massage therapy and stretching on Wednesday. And
Yeah.
I want everybody to stay active because sitting in a chair all day long.
Yeah, and we don't realize it. We're on the phone and we're going to each other. So I like standing up and going into people's offices. I don't know how much they like me interrupting them, but I like going and walking around the Meldon Law offices.
So when you come to Meldon Law, we'll give you a tour, okay? And our office looks like a racetrack because it's circular. You can actually do the whole
You can
run.
train, yeah.
And you can go around the office, and there's offices in the center and then on the perimeter, and it's really pretty well designed because you can go, visit.
Office to office to office.
Yeah, and you want to go get some coffee, you go to the kitchen, get some coffee, and then you can say hi to Barbara. And, now we have mandolin right across from the kitchen on the other side.
Yep, it truly is an open door policy. At least I've treated it as such when I just want to talk with somebody.
And lately we've had musical chairs. People switch offices.
Yes, yes. Thankfully, I've kept my stuff close just in case I'm next.
So we really have a good time. And one of the things that I do encourage people to give us a call if you ever have any questions. Some folks think that you have to be lying in a hospital to give us a call after a serious crash. As a matter of fact, we encourage people to call us about anything because we probably know a very good lawyer in our community that can help you out.
Yeah, if we can't help you, we will send you to somebody who can. And I overheard Carrie the other day saying, I'll text him right now and I'll let him know you're going to call. So you will be taken care of. It's not something that we can handle.
Yeah, and that's part of the service we provide to the community. So besides soccer, what are some other sports that your kids like?
So Lucas has been really into gator ball, and I was telling you a story of how he was out in the field and he kept calling to me. He's like, Mom, 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 in the middle of a game. And when I look behind him, he saw the Meldon Law sign. And I'm like, oh, okay, go back to your game. So he was very excited to see that. He thinks Jeffrey is a celebrity. So he was very excited about that. And my husband said I voluntold him to coach soccer. So they do soccer as well, but they love it, and our team is doing really well. And Olivia does gymnastics and 2 dance classes. So we literally have something every single day except for Sundays.
Well, you know what? It's really challenging balancing a busy schedule.
Yes, I'm very thankful for my husband and my mom, who are my support team.
Well, yes, and we all need our support teams around in order to be there for both ourselves and our clients. Because you better buckle down and get yourself in the saddle straight before you try to help others, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm also grateful for you being a family man, so you understand if I'm like, oh gosh, this one has to be picked up, I can run off and do that and be attorney mom at the same time.
Well, one of the things we try to stress is that we are family oriented and that we understand that you can move your schedule around and have flexibility. And
absolutely.
I used to take off from the office to go coach my son's Carey soccer team.
Oh, nice.
For
I didn't
6
know that.
seasons. Yeah. So everybody
fun.
knew I'd leave the office at 3:45 and go coach soccer.
Yeah.
And,
That's what we're doing now.
So it's fun. Well, the time has flown by. We're at the end of Meldon Law and Friends with our very special guest, Maria Youngblood. And I want to thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
And remember Go to Meldon Law Facebook page for our free giveaways for tickets for basketball, football, and we're going to be back on Meldon Law and Friends next week. Thank you very much for listening and watching.